The Atlantic Ocean, an immense expanse covering nearly 1/5 of our planet. For centuries, it has been the highway of explorers, the canvas of legends, and the grave of countless vessels. Yet, within this vast blue, there exists a sinister patch of water, defined not by geography, but by an unsettling pattern of disappearances. We call it the Bermuda Triangle. This triangular region, loosely bounded by Bermuda, Puerto Rico, and Miami, Florida, has earned the infamous moniker of the Devil's Triangle. It is a place where ships and aircraft vanish without a trace. No distress signals, no wreckage, no bodies. Just sudden, absolute silence, swallowed by the waves and the sky. The popular narrative paints this area as a supernatural anomaly, a vortex of time warps, alien abductions, or forgotten technology. But what does the evidence truly suggest? Is this phenomenon truly inexplicable, or is there a cold, rational explanation for the dozens of vanished souls and machines? To begin our journey into the enigma, we must first establish the boundaries of the legend. Geographically, the triangle covers over 500,000 square miles of ocean. Importantly, it is one of the most heavily trafficked shipping lanes in the world, connecting the Americas to Europe. The sheer volume of traffic immediately suggests that the rate of incidents here, while seemingly high, may not be statistically anomalous compared to any other busy patch of ocean on the planet. Yet, the nature of the disappearances, the suddenness, and the lack of debris is what continues to fuel the mystery. Our historical record of odd events here stretches back to the Age of Discovery. Christopher Columbus, on his very first voyage to the New World, recorded strange phenomena within this area. In his ship's log, he noted that his compass behaved erratically, pointing not to true north, but somewhere else entirely. He also documented witnessing a massive flame of fire crash into the sea one night, followed days later by strange, shimmering lights on the distant horizon. These 15th century observations laid the groundwork for the future mystery, hinting at something fundamentally unusual about the region. For centuries, ships continued to be lost, but it wasn't until the 20th century that the legend truly crystallized. The catalyst was the disappearance of the USS Cyclops, a massive naval collier, in March of 1918. The Cyclops was transporting manganese, ore with over 300 souls aboard. It vanished without sending a single distress call while sailing between Barbados and Baltimore. Its loss remains the single largest non-combat loss of life and ship in U.S. Navy history. No wreckage was ever found, and no satisfactory explanation has ever emerged. Was it an internal explosion? Was it a rogue wave? Or was it something unique to the triangle? The answer remains elusive, marking a grim prelude to the more famous incidents that would follow. The incident that cemented the triangle's place in modern folklore occurred 27 years later. It is the story of Flight 19, a routine training mission that spiraled into the most famous maritime mystery of the 20th century. On December 5, 1945, 5 U.S. Navy Avenger torpedo bombers departed Fort Lauderdale, Florida. The mission was a standard navigational exercise with experienced pilots led by Lieutenant Charles Taylor. All was routine until the group flew over the triangle's waters. Mid-flight, Lieutenant Taylor reported his compasses were malfunctioning. In a frantic radio exchange with ground control, he expressed confusion about his location, stating that both his primary and auxiliary compasses were out. He believed he was lost over the Florida Keys, but he was far from land. The radio transmissions grew increasingly desperate and confused. Taylor mentioned seeing white water, a feature characteristic of the shallow Bahama banks, suggesting he was heading east instead of west. Then his final, chilling words, "It looks like we're entering white water. We're completely lost." A rescue mariner seaplane, carrying 13 crew, was immediately dispatched to search for Flight 19. The Mariner, itself a large, robust aircraft, also vanished shortly after takeoff. There was a brief, garbled radio message suggesting an explosion, and then nothing. In a matter of hours, 6 aircraft and 27 airmen simply disappeared. The Navy's official report initially concluded that the loss was due to the pilot's confusion, but the sheer, synchronized failure of navigation across 5 separate planes remains deeply troubling. The mystery grew in the late 1940s and 1950s with the disappearance of 2 large passenger aircraft, the Star Tiger and the Star Ariel, both British South American Airways Avro-Lancastrian derivatives. The Star Tiger vanished in January 1948 while heading to Bermuda. A year later, the Star Ariel vanished while flying from Bermuda to Kingston, Jamaica. Both disappeared without a trace, in clear weather and in areas with excellent radio coverage. The official investigation into the Star Tiger stated, "In no case has any evidence been discovered as to the cause of the accidents and the fate of the aircraft." This phrase became a grim refrain in the annals of the Triangle. So, what are the primary theories that attempt to explain these unsettling disappearances? They fall broadly into 2 categories: the scientific and environmental, and the unconventional and paranatural. We begin with the most rational and often underestimated explanation: human error. Statistics show that poor navigation, pilot confusion, and weather-related misjudgment account for the majority of aviation accidents globally, and the Triangle is no exception. This region is famous for unpredictable and violent weather patterns. Sudden, powerful Gulf Stream storms can appear in minutes, quickly generating towering waves and gale-force winds that can sink a small aircraft or capsize a ship before a distress call can even be made. Another significant natural factor is the ocean floor's depth. The waters of the Triangle contain some of the deepest trenches in the world, with sudden drop-offs into the Puerto Rico Trench. If a plane or ship sinks here, it quickly descends thousands of feet, making recovery virtually impossible. The deep, powerful, and fast-moving Gulf Stream current also plays a role. Any small debris field that might be created is quickly dispersed over vast distances, preventing investigators from ever locating a focal point for the wreckage. Now, let us examine the more technical and contested scientific theory: magnetic anomalies. This theory attempts to explain the compass failures noted by Columbus and the pilots of Flight 19. The Bermuda Triangle is one of only 2 places on Earth where a standard magnetic compass points to true north rather than magnetic north. This is a well-understood geophysical phenomenon. However, a pilot unaware of this precise location could make a potentially fatal 20-degree navigational error. Furthermore, the area is home to the South Atlantic anomaly, a massive dip in the Earth's magnetic field where solar radiation penetrates closer to the surface. While primarily affecting satellite operations, some speculate it could interfere with sensitive modern electronics, though direct evidence linking it to the disappearances is lacking. Perhaps the most dramatic natural theory involves methane hydrates. The floor of the Atlantic is known to contain large deposits of frozen methane gas. If this methane is released, perhaps by seismic activity, it can rapidly bubble up to the surface. When these massive gas bubbles reach the surface, they dramatically decrease the density of the water. A ship sailing directly over such a large bubble could lose all buoyancy in seconds, sinking instantly without time to transmit an SOS. For aircraft, the density change is less relevant, but the large quantity of methane gas released into the air could cause engines to stall or even explode. This provides a single, violent mechanism for the swift, traceless destruction of both marine and aerial craft. Finally, we turn to the unconventional theories, the narratives that captured the public imagination. Tales of time warps, portals, and remnants of the lost continent of Atlantis are frequently cited. Some believe that the advanced energy crystals or technology of Atlantis, perhaps submerged near the Bahamas, create electromagnetic fields capable of dragging ships and planes into another dimension or time period. While compelling for fiction, these theories lack any credible scientific evidence and rely purely on speculation. They are, however, a testament to humanity's need to find extraordinary answers for what seem like extraordinary events. Another popular fringe theory points to extraterrestrial activity. Many observers of the mysterious phenomena, including the strange lights reported by Columbus, have concluded that unidentified flying objects, or UFOs, are responsible for the disappearances. This theory suggests that the craft are either being shot down by an unknown technology or being abducted by alien entities for purposes unknown. Again, while dramatic, there is no credible physical evidence to support these claims. Ultimately, when modern investigation bodies like the U.S. Navy, the U.S. Coast Guard, and Lloyd's of London have reviewed the evidence, they conclude that the incidents are likely due to a combination of easily identifiable natural causes. They point to severe weather, the sheer difficulty of navigation in the pre-GPS era, the unique magnetic variation, and the profound depth of the ocean floor. The sheer number of vessels traversing the triangle makes some level of loss statistically inevitable. Yet, despite these official conclusions, the romanticism and terror of the Bermuda Triangle persist. The image of a vessel, perfectly intact, sailing along, only to be instantly consumed by an invisible force, is too potent to dismiss entirely. The real legacy of the Bermuda Triangle is not found in an alien portal, but in its ability to underscore the humbling power of the natural world. It reminds us that, even in the age of satellites and advanced technology, the ocean remains vast, unpredictable, and ultimately unconquerable. It is a place where human error, fierce weather, and geological phenomena converge to create a perfect storm of disaster. It is the perfect place for a mystery because even when a rational explanation exists, the lack of wreckage means the door to the impossible is never truly closed. The vanishing continues to serve as a stark warning, a legend woven into the fabric of maritime history. The Devil's Triangle remains, challenging our understanding and testing our nerve, a perpetual, silent graveyard beneath the waves. Thank you for exploring this enduring enigma of the Bermuda Triangle with us. Don't forget to like and subscribe to EraVerse for more fascinating stories and history.